Look at this stuff. Well, I've been predicting this would happen for several weeks now, as these school-sponsored walkouts have been turning into completely unhinged, unfettered riots. I mean, we had students brawling with some elderly man the other day. We had not one, but two car wrecks. One where a student was racing to participate in their ice walkout and ran over a guy on a motorcycle. We had another kid hit, and then now, just as expected, another kid was just hurt very badly at one of these school-sponsored walkouts, this time in West Palm Beach, Florida. And we have a story of an ultra-based principal shutting down this nonsense, and it's time he gets some credit too. So let's look at these three kind of different micro stories. Here we have new video shows students storming out of high school in Asheville, North Carolina for an apparent anti-ICE protest, running in a busy highway. Where are the adults? Where are the faculty? Where are the parents? Police doing nothing to defund the schools. Well, no, the schools are definitely doing something. The schools are facilitating this. The schools are like organizing all this. That's what these teachers are doing. Like there's, I mean, what are we talking about here? That is the issue. Look at this stuff. They look like they're going to Dunkin' Donuts to me. By the way, all these people beeping and like supporting this is just mental. Right, I mean, it's just, you know, here we go, another, here. They got somebody there filming them, though. Here we have somebody with a tripod set up. Probably a teacher. I wonder where this school ranks in reading and writing. You know, like all of this stuff is just, I mean, they're kids. Of course, they're going to go out and take an opportunity to walk out of school. No kid's going to stay in class. That's dumb. But of course, as expected, student hit by vehicle while attending a walkout. Again, in critical condition.
A student participating in a walkout at Palm Beach Lakes High School was hit by a car along North Military Trail. That child was rushed to the hospital. And
I mean, are we gonna? I mean, how many times are we gonna see this? Is there gonna be any responsibility by the teachers who are turning these kids loose to run out into the street and get run over? I mean, sometimes you have to put your foot down. You have a responsibility as a school to protect the students. Parents are trusting you to protect the students. And now some schools have started to put their foot down. Let's start with this base principle. High school students attempt an anti-ICE walkout, but we're told to return to class or face suspension. That's exactly what you do. They want to do an anti-ICE thing. Do it after school. Listen to this base Chad.
Back to class and we're good. If you stay out here, we will get your names. You will be suspended. Okay? That is your.
Whoop up. Let's see how strongly convicted they are now.
Option at this point. Because you are operating outside the bounds of one.
They have that Mexican flag. Gotta love that.
Grant granted. That event was canceled. You left school without permission. Your rights
On their cell phone.
do not supersede the school. So if you understand that, that is your option. If you wish to return, Dr. Damiani will let you in that door over there. If not, I will be getting your names. You will be suspended, okay? Those are your options.
What are we doing?
All right? Your rights do not exceed that of the school.
Based. You know, they all went back in, right? High school students wearing makeup in school nowadays. Well, that's not normal. I mean, that's normal. When I was in high school, look neat always, hair out of the face, school, clean school uniform, be proud to represent your school. Back to class, kids. Wow, teachers being an adult in a room. What a concept. Notice how small this group is. When they walk out in mass, 85% going because everyone else is. People act like they forgot what it's like to be in high school. That's 1,000% correct. Damn you white males keeping kids safe in the school. Again, everyone knows exactly what this is. It's an excuse to skip school. Superintendents across the country need to set a precedent like this. You're free to choose, but not free from the choice of your consequences. Teachers not indoctrinating, students go back to class. I mean, this is exactly it. Common sense and logic prevailed. They should make that principal the superintendent of the school system. That's exactly it. Be suspended. The school has a duty to protect these students. Parents are entrusting their kids, to these teachers. It's already in a situation where, these kids are dealing with being indoctrinated by, LGBTQ teachers who, again, they don't reproduce, they recruit. Here's 100+ Oklahoma students suspended after walkout. Based, thank you. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt on Wednesday celebrated the suspension of more than 100 students at Mustang Public Schools who walked out of class to, quote, protest U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. I applaud Mustang Superintendent Dr. Charles Bradley for suspending 122 students who walked out of class to protest. By the way, it should be in-school suspension. I was a bit of a troublemaker in school. I admit, nothing worse than the in-school suspension. The governor wrote it. So young Oklahomans, free speech is sacred, but truancy robs your future. Stay in school, build skills, and make your voice heard responsibly. The school district said that it told students that they were expected to stay in class after discovering plans for a walkout, plans made by a teacher, almost certainly. Mustang Public School says students who chose to ignore the warning and participate in the walkout got in school. Yes, okay. That's how you do it. In-school suspension for unexcused absences. Classes went on as normal for students who did not participate. Despite social media claims alleging there was adult involvement, district leadership reviewed all allegations and found no evidence that any Mustang Public Schools employees instigated, organized, or facilitated the student activity. I doubt that. Individuals identified in online posts as district employees were not actually affiliated with Mustang Public Schools or were accurately represented. Sure, that's probably true, but that doesn't mean they weren't facilitated by adults. You know what I mean? That there are all sorts of creepazoids in the community that are actively trying to get these dorks to just be their little martyrs. And now, do I think a single suspension is going to ruin your future? No, I had half a dozen of them, and it didn't affect me getting into college. It didn't affect me getting into grad school, and it didn't affect me getting a job. That's nonsense. But if you get kicked out of school, or you have, an arrest for attacking an elderly man. I mean, I did a video yesterday where there's just some 50-year-old man and a group of these animals jumping all over him like animals. Sorry, I misspoke. The Hill has reached out. Anti-ICE classroom walkouts have popped up around the country after two again, how many weeks after this? This is just an excuse for these hoodlums to skip school. When I was in high school, I would have thought participating in this was dumb. There's no way I would have participated in it. I would have maybe walked out of school and went off with my day, but I'd be calling these guys losers and dorks. I don't know what's happened to today's schools. 10 straight years of liberal indoctrination, perhaps. But I mean, look at this.
We are here to tell them. We are here to tell them. They are not welcome. They are not welcome. We want
We want rights.
They can't even memorize a few lines of a speech.
Ice. We want ice. Out of sight.
Whoa, yeah. Boy, I wonder if they were this excited. I mean, this fatso didn't even change out of their pajamas to go to school. Imagine if they got this excited about getting a job, this excited about learning a trade, this excited about, you know, studying for their SATs or their ACTs, right? Again, I fully respect, you know, as some of our children in Indiana struggle to learn basic skills like math and reading, it's unacceptable to see so many schools in our state funded by billions of dollars in tax dollars openly allow their students to walk out in protest of ICE. Again, you want to gather before school, you want to gather after school, totally fine. This is not about protesting ICE. This is and always has been about getting out of class. Any idiot who pretends that these kids give a rip about ICE has long forgot what it's like to be in high school and have an excuse to miss class. I mean, I used to get excited for fire drills. You know what I mean? The kids would pull the fire alarm to get out of tests. All right. This is nonsense and it has to stop. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't, please subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.